Welcome back to the Fractured Rooster Garage. Today we're back on the Bronco. I left it outside on the driveway for a couple of days and the floors they're disgusting. They're wet. We've gotten about 2 inches of rain in the last couple of days, and I think I can see water sitting right here. I think water's coming in either through these drip rails like on the Ranger or around the windshield. First and foremost, we're gonna have to get this carpet out of here because it's sopping wet with water now. I was gonna replace that carpet anyway. It's always been something I thought was pretty nasty, and just a sticking point of mine when I look inside, it was always the carpet and the headliner. Those are the first things I was gonna address. So I did order carpet, and it's here. It's in my living room, actually. We'll go get that in a second. So today we're gonna rip out the carpet and the headliner. I'm gonna get some headliner material. I've never recovered a headliner, but we're gonna do that. Yeah, carpet, headliner, and then we're gonna find this leak. Once this carpet's out, I'm gonna set this truck in the driveway and turn my sprinklers on and just sit in the truck and just watch water, see where it comes in at, and follow it back to the source and plug the leak. So that's today's video. Let's get this nasty carpet out of here. To pull the carpet, looks like this back is gonna be nice and easy. It does not go underneath the side panels. Oh, nasty. Oh, why did I do that? Oh, it's wet too. So somehow water's been getting back here as well. So maybe we just need to order a weather stripping kit for this. So yeah, it looks like we're going to pull all of the sill plates, front and rear. Sill plates, obviously the seats and seat belts. More sill plates up here. Looks like 4 fasteners there. The center console. That's one of the coolest features of these trucks. Yeah, it's pretty straightforward and hopefully not too difficult. Once these seats are out, I'll probably take them over to my buddy's shop. He's got an upholstery extractor, and we'll try to extract as much junk out of these seats as we can, and then we'll pull down the headliner. We'll pull out all of this this nasty interior. If we need replacements for any of this stuff, I've got it out there on the patio. When I bought the truck, it came with a pile of interior plastics out of a later model truck. I think they're off just maybe one shade of brown. Oof, I'm not looking forward to this job. I'm looking forward to the results, but I'm not looking forward to this nasty, gross carpet. Well, it's not gonna get done by looking at it, so let's get after it. Well, who'd have guessed that would take less than an hour to do? And it's a good thing we did it when we did. So water's definitely been coming, I think, down the floor, maybe the firewall. I should not just focus on the bad stuff. I should also point out the good stuff. As you can see, the rest of this floor is completely rust-free. Let's get this cleaned up first and identify where this leak is coming from. I think I'll hit this with the hose real lightly and then hit it with a little bristle brush to clean up all this junk, and then wipe it and vacuum it all out to make it look like new. Well, here we begin our super scientific test with a sprinkler on the roof. This is definitely a Ford authorized test. Certainly would have done this at a dealership. Aha. Well, I found it, and it was an unlikely source. There's just the teeniest little bit of water coming through the corner of that windshield. I don't think that's the problem. However, I do think, and you can see one drip hanging right there above my finger off of the door panel. You can see all of that is wet along the door seal, the weather stripping there. I can follow the water line up to where it wraps around that glass, follows that glass down inside of the door panel, fills up the bottom of the door panel, and water's coming in off of the door panel and coming in over that weather stripping. Oh, and there's a drip. I think that was water coming in from right there, just whipping around the corner. I don't think it was an actual drip. I think it was like it sprayed in. What's happening is that water's hitting that drip rail and the door. It's following the glass and it's coming through right here, and it's whipping around to the inside of that glass and just leaking inside the truck. That's not really what I expected to find, but that's okay. Because guess what? I ordered those parts too, and they're already here. But another discovery was a lot more rust over here than I anticipated. You can actually, I don't think it's through yet, but that's through enough. I feel like we're gonna have to call LMC Truck and get them shipping us another floor pan for this, which is unfortunate, but I really think it's gonna need that. I did find there's a rip, yeah, right here. Looks like somebody jacked the truck up wrong or hit a rock. I'm not sure what happened there, but somebody ripped a hole in the floor here. So that floor pan will come back to about here, I believe, and cover all that. So, yep, take 2 of the Ranger floor pan all over again. Same floor pan. Like, I think it's even the same part number. That's unfortunate. But that's okay. I'll get a floor. We've already got the carpet and the window seal to fix it. So it was a cheap project to begin with, so I'll throw a couple dollars at it. It won't break my heart. I really do enjoy this Bronco, and I want to enjoy it for a couple more years before I sell it, so we'll make it right. So I suppose last but not least is this headliner, because I promised that to you as well. So I'm gonna have to, unfortunately, pull out all the quarter plastics to get that out of here. And through the power of YouTube magic, I washed and scrubbed the floor. I got all the nasty oil and dirt and grime and mud out of here. Actually looks really good now, minus the rust hole. Yeah, very good. Cool. Well, now I can get it back in the shop, throw the fans on it to get it dried out. Get away from this damn barking dog. Well, I got the Bronco back inside and turned some fans on into the interior. While that dries out, let's go over the window trim that I have here. I picked this up from Rock Auto, I don't know, 2 months ago? Not long after I bought the Bronco, because the windows were rattling and I knew it was going to be a problem. All the wind noise and stuff from the first drive video. I bought all of this to kind of help that situation. And it comes with channels. These are the dew wipes that rub the glass inside and outside. And I'm hoping this is the felt for the glass. Part number KF1007A. This is in fact that channel. Yep, it's got the rubber. Whoa! It's got the rubber on the back to push into that metal track that the glass slides in. So we've already got the fix for the water leak. That's excellent. So the first piece here, Fairchild part number KF2025. That is a belt weather strip window scraper seal. Fits with vent, and there are 6 pieces. So 4 wipes and 2 rubber gaskets. Yep, these are the door window glass channel with vent, left and right. Nice. So this just pushes down inside that channel, creates a seal, to prevent water from getting inside that door. This molding, I would presume the 90 degree starts about there and runs all the way up around the window inside that channel, probably down to about here or so. So I'm betting that door panel's got to come off to do that. I really wish these floors didn't come out rusty, because I would much rather spend that money on new glass. See all these streaks? That's from those dew wipes turning so hard and brittle that they scratch this window every time it goes up and down. I would much rather have spent that floor money replacing this glass. And I've already had my glass guy quote those, and I think they were like $150 a side. So I told him to pass on the windows for $150. It was a little much. I would probably have ordered them today had this floor not been rusty, because this floor pan is going to cost us about $100 to fix, 150. But I hate to tear this door panel apart to replace the dew wipes in the track and not put new glass in it, because I think I'm basically going to have to pull the glass off the regulator to do this job. This is the snowball effect. I guess I'll order the glass. I'll get the glass coming. I've got the carpet. I've got everything else. It's going to be so nice. Speaking of carpet, let me go grab that. I'm going to compare it to these seats to make sure I got the right stuff. So that's what I pulled out. I think it was a little darker to begin with, but it's freaking nasty also. And here's what we're going to put back in its place. I've got it all, minus floor mats. Doesn't look like I ordered floor mats, so I'll have to hit Rock Auto again and get those coming. Yeah, let's get that headliner out of here now. That's the next thing we were going to tackle. Getting sidetracked. I got so many parts here. Thank you, Rock Auto. I don't think I'm going to time lapse this, but I'm just going to pull out all the screws around the top half of all the door panels and trim, and pull it down just enough to get that roof panel to drop out. Pull out the dome light, sun visors, map light, all that stuff. Just drop it all, pull it away just enough to get the headliner out of there. All right, all the trim is out, and it's starting to stink in here. I don't know if it's this headliner or if the floor is finally catching up with me, but it's starting to get a little funky in here. Turn the camera on because this has the potential to become disastrous or hilarious, one of the two. Try not to break it. So I need to reuse this backer board. Oh, no, don't break that. Damn. Well, that seemed like it probably should have been a 2 or 3 person job. Looks like somebody's walked on the roof of this thing before. I noticed when you're driving down the road, the roof oil can's pretty bad. I'm sure that also acts as a sound deadener or some type of dampener. That roof's just been... Without it, this roof has just been unruly. Welcome back. It's day 2 of the Bronco. Yesterday we got all the interior ripped out and I scrubbed down the floor, and then I removed the headliner, and man, it crumbled on me when I took it apart. This backing board, some people refer to it as like an egg crate. It's made of the same stuff that, like, you know, an egg crate, what you buy a dozen eggs in from the grocery store, is made of, so it breaks very easily. And when I took it out, it shattered into 3 pieces, basically. 4. I got a little hanger here. Okay, 5. And I looked around. My Bronco's an 84. Apparently the 89 and 90 versions came with an ABS molded plastic backer. And the forum said, scour the local internet and Craigslist, try to find you an 89 or 90 that you can pull a headliner out of, because those are bulletproof. Unfortunately, there are none in my area. So I'm going to be stuck with trying to fix this one, which I don't think will be a big deal. And my plan of attack on this is going to be some 3M vinyl tape. I'm going to run it along all the seams on both sides, front and back, and this stuff is pretty thick. I don't know what mill it is, but it's fairly thick. I used it on the joints on my ceiling when I did all the OSB panels. So I'm going to do front and back on that, and that should keep it from flexing, and it will also fill the cracks. Because when I glue a headliner to this, the headliner material, let me show you. I just went down and picked this up at a local shop. The headliner material's got a foam backer on it, so it does have some give. However, it will still contour to cracks, and it will show imperfections, dimples, holes, what have yous. So this surface needs to be as smooth as possible. So this tape will help fill that gap. And if there's any holes or indentions, I can just put some tape over it, and that'll fill the gaps. So first things first is to get all the dust and stuff cleaned off the back of this so that I can get the tape on there. And I think I'm just going to spray it down with some alcohol and a rag. That sounds doable. Spray just the joints down. Alright, one thing I have learned from watching my upholstery buddies is you want to take the razor blade and put it in your mouth. I'm not sure why, but it seems to always be this way when I go to their shop. It must, I don't know, makes the glue stick better or something, I'm not sure. So we'll just push these cracks together as best we can. Okay, I had to switch back to the other microphone. My lapel mic died on me. But here is what we are left with after we removed all of those corkscrew headliner retainers. Okay, now this stuff just kind of wipes off. I think the best way to remove it without damaging the foam is to use just a plastic bristle brush. Oh yeah, that eats right through it. Well, here's some of that glue I talked my upholstery buddy out of. For 20 bucks, he sold me a half a gallon. And he says just a Harbor Freight spray gun will have no problem spraying this stuff. Wow. You can see like the vapors coming out. That's crazy. You know, I was gonna have a friend come help me do this, but the more I thought about it, when I visit my upholstery buddies at their shop, they're always doing this by themselves. Not saying I'm at their level, but I think I'll manage. I mean, what's the worst that could happen, right? Okay, so they do something like that, and then they do something like this. Get all the wrinkles out of it. Yep, that's exactly what they do. I'm just gonna spray it. It's gonna get real potent in here, so I'm liable to open a door here soon. Let's see, we're at 40 psi. Guys, I think we've done it. We have done it. I think I can say we just recovered a headliner for what it would cost for shipping on a new one. That's pretty awesome. That's a pretty fractured rooster, if I can say so myself. I can't believe how fast this went. And like no time flat. I just couldn't leave well enough alone. I've got a couple minutes left on this SD card, so I thought I would do something about this roof real quick and then include that in this first video. These are floppy and saggy, and it's causing this roof to bow when I drive down the road. It does this really nasty oil can thing. The wind comes off the windshield and makes this turbulent swoosh around the top of the car and pushes down on the roof. So the whole time you're driving, it's popping in and popping out when you're hitting bumps, and it's really annoying. So today we're going to fix that with some Loctite contact adhesive. The first step is going to be getting all this old foam out of here, and you can just kind of pull it out of here. I don't want to glue back down to this because I know this stuff will just pull right off. All right, we got most of that out, and I just pushed up on that bar and it kind of bent back into place. But once I put the adhesive in there, I'm going to need something to hold this up. So I have a sketchy idea. Let me see if this is going to work. Let's see. Floor jack, 2x4, going up. That ought to do it. I couldn't find any 2x4s, but I found some nice premium oak. One of the benefits of having a cabinet shop right above you. Nailed it. Okay. Now, let's get the caulking going. Normally I believe in a less is more approach, but here I think we're going to go with more is more gooder approach. Just running like a 1/4 inch bead all along here. Alright, that's plenty of good squeeze out going on. Well, I hope this works. Let's see what's the can say for setup time. Alright, well that's truly going to do it for the first video on the interior rehab. Next we're going to pull out all of these interior panels and wipe them down and spray them with some type of paint that's going to get everything in a uniform color. Then we'll reinstall the headliner, throw the interior panels back in, drop the carpet down. Before we do all that, we're going to have to cut that floor out. That floor pan should be here in 2 days time, so I'm going to have to cut the video here, unfortunately, so then when you come back, we'll do all those things I just talked about. Headliner, interior panels, floor pan. Hopefully all in one video. In the meantime, get out there and work on something of your own. Find a project if you don't have one. We will see you on the next video. Thanks for subscribing and liking these videos. It really helps me out. Recently got monetized. I don't know if anybody noticed that. That's been huge for me. That happened very, very quickly. And I have to say that was mostly probably in part to all the fans that came over from Watch JR Go. So thank you, JR. Thank you, everybody that followed me over there and enjoyed my comments and my dad jokes and my puns. running the camera and talking, it's a little more stressful. I thought this would be a little more natural, a little easier, and it's a little different. So my hat's off to every other YouTube contributor for bringing content like this. But thanks again for subscribing, liking, sharing, all those things. Swag's coming. I'm working on it. I've got a couple designs we're working. So look forward to that in the future. But thanks again. One last time. Thank you. See you next time.